Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this dress. The one at the side is the inspiration and the one at the middle is the one I recreated. Without further ado, let us dive into today's tutorial. These are the materials I'm going to be using for the making of this dress. So I'm going to be making use of this flower crepe. This is about 2.5 yards of flower crepe. If you're on a bigger size, I will advise you to get 3 yards. This is about 2 yards of black v-net, which I'm going to be using for the down design. And this one is about 1.5 yards of duchess. So you can use doll face in place of duchess, okay? So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and draft out the upper part of this dress. So this is my pattern paper. The first thing I'm going to be doing is to mark a straight line across my pattern paper, which is going to be serving as the starting guide. Please pay attention to what I'm about to teach you. I will place my tape on my pattern paper like this. I will minus 5 inches from the top. This is where my upper chest is going to start from, where my dress is going to start from, right? I will go ahead and mark my bust point, which is 10 inches, my under bust 30.5 inches. Then I will mark my half length, which is about 15 inches. So I will go ahead and mark a straight line across each point. I will go ahead and label it. This is the upper chest line. This one is the bust point. This is the under bust, and this is the waistline. Then I will place my tape on the waistline. I will come down by 1 inch, which is going to be serving as my sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead and mark a straight line across like this. If you're a beginner and you don't understand what I'm saying here, kindly go and watch my video on how to draft a basic bodice pattern. So once you're done watching it, then come back and continue watching this particular video. You will understand. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. I'll go ahead and place my tape like this at the top. I will mark 4 inches. I will come to the hemline. I will mark 4 inches. I will go ahead and connect the points together like this, okay? The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and take my dart. So I will place my tape on the under bust. I will mark 2 inches inward like this. I will come to the hemline. I will mark 2 inches inward like this. So I will come to the center front. I will mark ½ inch towards the center front like this. I will mark ½ inch on the hemline. If you don't understand what I'm saying, go ahead and watch what I'm doing. You will understand. So I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this, and I'll connect this other side like this. I will place my tape on the bust point. I will come down by ½ inch like this. I will use my French curve to make a curve around the under bust like this. Just watch what I'm doing. So I will also go ahead and connect this other side, okay? So I'll go ahead and remove the sharp edge. I will just blend it together like this. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to take my chest line tightening. So I will come to this upper part. I will mark 0.7 inches inward. Then this side that is going towards the center front, I will mark ½ inch outward. So I'll go ahead and connect it like this. Just watch out what I'm doing. I will also connect this other side like this. Very easy. So the part I am marking is the part I'm going to be cutting out. I will come to the chest line here. I will divide my bust measurement by 4, which is going to give me 9 inches. I will mark it. I will divide my under bust measurement by 4. I will mark it there. Then I will also divide my waist measurement by 4. I will mark it. Then I will come to this dart that I took at the top here. I will measure what I have there. So I will replace it. I will mark it here like this. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I will measure what I have at the under bust. I will mark it, and I'll also add 1 inch sewing allowance. I will also do the same thing for the waistline. So I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this, okay? Please pay attention to this part. I will place my tape on the chest line like this. Just watch out what I'm doing. I will mark my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches, okay? Then I will place my tape on my pattern paper like this. I will minus 5 inches. I will mark my armhole line. So my armhole line is 7 inches. So I will place it like this. I will mark 7 inches. Then I will connect from this chest line to that armhole line I just marked like this. I will go ahead and cut it out just like as you can see me doing. Please like this video, comment on it, and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. So I'll go ahead and label it 1 and 2. Okay, then I'll go ahead and place it together like this. Just watch out what I'm about to do. I will place the two pattern paper together like this. I will measure what I have at the side here. If it's up to 1 inch, okay, this is 1 inch. I will mark a slant line from this dart area to that 1 inch at the side. This is to remove side bulge from your dress. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So once I was done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and draft the back part of this dress. I will mark 1 inch inward for the zipper allowance using my straight ruler. Okay, I will place the center front pattern paper on the back pattern paper like this on the line I marked. So I will transfer the waistline, the bust point, and the under bust line on the back pattern paper like this. I will go ahead and mark a straight line across. So once I was done, I will mark my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, and I'm going to be starting my measurement from the line I marked. So I'll go ahead and mark a straight line across like this. I will come to the hemline, which is this part. I will mark 1/2 inch on both sides for the darts. I'll mark a slant line from the chest line to the hemline like this. So once I was done, I will place my tape on the chest line. I will divide my bust by 4. I will mark it. I will divide my under bust by 4. I will mark it. And I will divide my waistline by 4. I will mark it. So I will measure the dart I took for the down and the under bust. I will replace it. Then I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance, just like as I did for the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect all the points together like this. I will extend this line. Then I'm just going to come to this side here, just like what I did for the front part. I will mark 1 inch upward. Okay, then I will come to this back, this part here. I will mark 0.7 inches inward. That is to remove the zipper bulge. So I will go ahead and mark a slant line from the chest line to that 0.7 inches. I do this a lot on my videos. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut it out. I will cut the down and I will cut the side. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this side to cover the dart, this part here like this. Okay, just watch out what I'm doing. I will cover it up. At the end of the day, I'm going to be cutting 1 piece instead of 2. So I'll go ahead and use seal tape to seal it down. I do this a lot on my channel if you've been watching me for a very long time now. I will mark 1 inch upward here like this. I will mark a slant line from the dart line to that 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. I will come to this part here like this. Okay, to remove the zipper bulge, I will go ahead and mark 1.5 inch upward. If you are not too fat, go ahead and minus 1 inch of 1/2 inch instead of using 1.5 inch. Okay, so I'll go ahead and mark a slip. After I was done cutting it, I will go ahead and place the side front on the back like this. I'll make sure the waistline is meeting each other. Then I will mark the armhole like this. I'll mark the depth of the armhole. I'll go ahead and mark a straight line across like this. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut it out. I hope you guys understand, Sha. So this is what we are going to be having at the end of the day. This is going to be the upper part and the down part. Can you see how it look like? So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and cut it out on my fabric like this. So to cut the center front, I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into 2. So after folding it into 2, I will place my center front on it like this. I will just go ahead and pin it down. Okay, go ahead and arrange it. Then pin it down and cut it out. So when cutting it, I'll go ahead and add 1/2 inch at the side for sewing allowance. Okay, if you check, you're going to see that I did not cut through the exact pattern paper. I wanted to add 1/2 inch at the top and also the down for sewing allowance. Then I also go ahead and cut out the center, the side front. I will pin it down. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out as well. I will add 1/2 inch at the armhole area, then 1/2 inch at the side for joining allowance. So just go ahead and do this. Do the same thing for the down. Then I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the back. And I'll also go ahead and cut out the linings as well. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out the lining, every single piece I'm going to be using for this. This is what I have here. So this is the back as well. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and notch that nipple to nipple line which is the dart line. I need to notch it because I'm going to be needing it later. And I've gone ahead to cut out the stripe for the dress. So the wideness of each stripe is 3.5 inches. Okay, this is 3.5 inches wide, and the length is about 22 inches. Okay, so it's better it's too long than too short. For the stripe, please make use of black color material. So for me, I just decided to make use of the flower material. That's why make use of black. So I'm about to cut the down part of the dress. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two, just like this, as you can see. So the flare on this dress is called semi flare. Okay, it's not a full flare. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two. I will go ahead and divide my waist measurement by 2 because this fabric is folded into 2. So my waist measurement is 32. I will add 3 inches to that 32 for sewing allowance, which is going to give me 35. So I will divide that 35 by 2, which is going to give me 17.5 inches. So for me to be able to get that 17.5 inches on my flare, I will place my tape on the tip like this particular place. Just watch where I am placing my tape. I will mark 8 inches downward. So I will mark it on this side, I will mark it on this other side. I will just go ahead and mark it round. So once I'm done marking it, I'll go ahead and measure it to see if it's up to 17.5. Okay, so what I have here is not up to 17.5. This is just about 16 inches. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and from that first line I marked, I will come down by 1 inch. Like I will mark 1 inch downward. So I will go ahead and mark it round like this. I will retake the measurements. So what I have here is 17.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. So once I was done connecting the points together, for me to be able to know the length of what I'm going to be cutting on this particular material, the first thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and minus my half length from the full length of this dress. The full length of this dress is 42. 42 minus 15 inches, which is my half length, is going to give me 27 inches. So I will divide this 27 inches by 2, which is going to give me 13.05. The reason why I went ahead to divide this 27 inches by 2 is because if you check this dress very well, you are going to see that from the waistline to the knee line has two different colors of materials. The upper part is the flower material and the down part is the separate black material, right? So that is why I went ahead to divide it into 2. So what I got after dividing the 27 inches into 2 is 13.5 inches, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and add 1 inch to that 13.5 inches. So that 1 inch is going to be serving as the joining allowance, so which is going to give me a total of 40.5 inches. So I will place my tape on the waistline of this fabric like this. I will measure 40.5 inches downward. So I'll go ahead and mark it round. So once I was done marking it, I will go ahead and cut it out. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut it out, and I also went ahead to cut out lining for it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to cut the down part of this dress, which is the black, that's black joining at the down. So to do that, I will go ahead and measure the down part, the flare, that is the down, not the waist, to the down part. I'll go ahead and measure it round. Whatever I get, I will multiply it by 3. Okay, so if you don't want yours to be too full, you can multiply it by 2 or 2.05. So I've gone ahead to cut out the gather at the down. This is it. So the length is about times 3 of what I have at the down part of that flare. Okay, just times 3. So the length, that is the wideness, is about 40.5 inches. So I've gone ahead to fold the down already. Okay, I did that off the camera. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and gather it. I have a video on my channel on how to make a gather. So in case you don't know how to make a gather, I'm going to be leaving the link at the description section. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and fold my v-net so that I can cut it out. So if you check the gather at the down part of this dress, it has a v-net on it. So the length I'm going to be using on this v-net is 40.5 inches as well. So I'll just go ahead and measure it and cut it out. I'm going to be using my zigzag scissors, which I just bought recently, so that the down will be neat. So if you know you can cut it with your straight scissors, go ahead and cut it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and open it up and join it together so that I can also gather it just like the same way I gathered the door face. So for me, I ended up using door face. Okay, if you watch to this extent, please like, comment. This really help my algorithm a lot. And if you've not subscribed, do well to subscribe, okay, so that you can see my other videos. So in my next video, I'll be showing you guys how to sew it. Stay tuned. Bye.